What is up everybody, this is Awais back with another Java tutorial. So today we are going to build a media player application. Let me show you the media player we're going to build. So I have this set up here, it's a jar file. So this is the media player we are going to build. So if I take my mouse, and this will activate these buttons. So we have a few buttons here, such as for opening a file, play, pause, stop. I couldn't find the proper PNG for the stop, so just don't worry about it. And then we have a fast forward, faster video, slower, and the slowest video. And then we have an exit button, and this is the volume slider. And then we have this slider for seeking through the video as well. So let's go and open a file. So I'm just gonna click on this button. Let's just find a video. So let me just play this video. It's going to play this video now. Alright, so this is the volume slider, and if I double click on the video, it's gonna make it full screen. So this is another functionality. So if I just increase or decrease the size, it's gonna increase the video size as well. Alright, so this is the media player we are going to build. There's one more thing here, that if I hover my cursor here, so it's gonna turn on this slider, okay? Otherwise it's not gonna show that. You can hide this edge box down there as well. I'll show you a few things in while we make this media player again. So let's go and get started. I am going to close this application, and then we are going to use NetBeans. I'm not sure, should I use NetBeans, Eclipse, or IntelliJ IDEA? Let's just use NetBeans. We are going to create a project for Java Fxml application, and then we are going to start building. Alright. Alright guys, so let's create a new project now. I'm gonna click on the file menu, new project, and then we'll select Java FX, and make sure you select Java Fxml application, okay, not the Java FX. So if you select Java FX application, then you might have to add Fxml file and load it up into your main file. Alright, so and then you have to make a control as well. So what this Fxml application does, it actually create an Fxml file for us and make a controller for us as well, so we don't have to do that. So let's just select that. I'm gonna name it a media, and make sure you select create an application class. Let's click on finish, which will create our project, and then we are gonna add some functionality. First of all, what we'll do is we'll add a UI for our media player application, such as building all those buttons and all those stock panes and stuff like that, and then we will add the functionality as well. I hope you guys don't mind this theme I have on. This is a dark theme, so this is the first time I'm using this theme in NetBeans. So alright, so we have three files now. We have a Fxml document controller file, which has all the functionality, and then we have Fxml, which is used for our UI designs, and then we have a media.java, which is our main file. I'm just gonna get rid of these comments here. Next, you need to go to the project browser on the left, and then source package, and go to your Fxml file and click on open, which will open that into scene builder. So in the scene builder, so we have this clicking button, get rid of this. Alright, and then get rid of this label, actually get rid of the anchor pane as well. Alright, so I'm just maximize this so you guys could see this. Alright, so first of all, we're gonna search for border pane. It's up to you guys which pane you want to use, but I will use border pane. And then we're going to change a layout property here. Let me just give it a size of 600 by 400. Yeah, that's fine for default, because we're gonna add the boundings to our media. So we have this, and now at the bottom we are going to select for VBox, and then we're going to take that and drop that at the bottom. Alright, so we have the VBox at the bottom now, and in the VBox we are going to add edge box. Let me just drag and drop. Alright, so we have the edge box and we have a VBox. So let me just change the size of that. The preference height is 40, and then width, just change that to just computer calculated, right? Okay, so we have the H box now, we have a V box. So in the H box, we're gonna add a few buttons. So let's search for buttons. Let's just drag and drop. So we have one button, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buttons, right? So I'm going to just copy, paste. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Alright, so now let's change the name of that to open file. Okay. And let's just double click and name it later. We'll probably have to change the names again, but I'll just changing the name now to remember. So that's going to be pause. Let's change that to stop, and for that we're gonna just use these arrows, and on 2 this is going to be fast forward, and this is going to be extra fast. We need another button, so I'm just gonna drag and drop from the top, and for that we're gonna add exit. Okay. Alright, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buttons. We're gonna select the media view as well to show the video. So this is the media view. The first, we're gonna add a stack pane to the center. So I'm just gonna drag and drop that stack pane so I could add the slider later on. Alright, so in the stack pane now, we're going to add a media view, and let's just drop that to stack pane. So we have a media view in the center. Inside the stack pane we have a view box with all the buttons. Let's save the file, and let's just go to NetBeans again, and here we have this handle button action, which is an action event, right? So we're gonna apply all our functionality to open and playing a file into this method, but we need to, let me just open the Fxml file in Scene Builder again, and we're gonna apply that to this button. So I'm going to select this button and go to the code, and then here you're going to add this method. It's not going to show that automatically here because we haven't set up the controller yet. So if you go to the left bottom, and then here we have a controller, and then click here and then select this controller file, save the file, and then if you go here now you will see this action event, right? So I'm going to select that, save the file again. Let's go to NetBeans. Alright, so for that button, what we want it to do for us is opening a file and playing that file into a media view. For that we're going to use two classes. So I'm going to use file chooser class and name it file chooser is equal to new file chooser class, and next file we're going to use is our extension. So file chooser dot extension filter, we're going to name it filter is equal to new file chooser dot extension filter, and here we need to have the description first. So I'm going to type select a file, and in the parentheses we can type like something like this. So let's just add .mp4. Alright, and next we're gonna type the extension. So if you want this media player to open mp3 files, mp4 files, FLV files, that's when you want to type in. So here we're going to type in double quotes, I'm gonna name it star, so any name of the file .mp4. Alright, and we have, actually it's going to give us error because we forgot to add a semicolon there. Okay, now we have two objects, file chooser and filter, right? So I'm going to choose that file chooser object, and I'm going to get extension. So here the second one, get extension filter add filter. So here we just type filter because we already added that filter object, and we pass in those extension to this filter object by the help of this file chooser dot extension filter class. So we just type filter here. Okay, now to open that file, let's use the file class, and we are going to name it file is equal to, let's say, file chooser. Now that's the class we're going to use. So when it opens a window for us, that's when it's going to choose the file. So file chooser dot show open dollar bar. So here you can just type null, and next we are going to make let's say make another global variable on the top to access the file into the string. Private, let's just type string and then name it file path. Okay, now with that file object, actually we need to import. Just click here and then import the file. The error will go away, and now we're gonna add that string variable file path, and I'm gonna make it equal to file object. Okay, and to URI, actually just type the file to URI and dot to string. Okay, so we actually added this string variable to this. Now we can add this file path to our media path. So this is going to be our media path now. So now it's time for us to create a media object. So for media object, let's just go on the top here. I'm just gonna make a few spaces here. What we need a few things here. We need a media view, we need a media player private, and here we're going to name it media player. Okay, and let's just name this as a media player. All right, and then we are going to create another object of a media, but we can actually create that in this function actually. So let's just go down here. Now we're not gonna create a media, so let's just use the media file, name it a media is equal to new, and here we are going to name our media file, which is going to be file path. Okay, and then let's just get a, all right, so now on the top here we're gonna check few things first. I forgot to do that. So if file path not null, okay, then it should do this. And let's just come down here, add curly braces here, and then here we need to import the media file. Let's just import that, and then I'm gonna enter tab here. Okay, so now we have this media object. I forgot to type media here. All right, oops. Okay, so we have the media now to play. Now we're going to add that media to our media player. So we created a media player object on the top, so we're going to use that. A media player is equal to new media player, and then we're going to pass in as a media our object. Okay, now we need to play that media into our media view. So for that, let's just go back to scene builder and select the media. Let's just go to hierarchy and select the stack pane. In that we have a media view, so select the media view there, and once you select the media view, go to here FXID. So here we are going to name it as let's say media view, save the file. And how you can access those variables into our controller file is by just adding this tag. So add Fxml, and now we need to type private, and we have a media view object, so media view, and what was the name of that? So name was a media view. Okay, so now we can just, actually we need to import that as well, so make sure you import fxscene.mediaView. Now we're gonna set that to our media player. So let's just use that media view dot set media player. This is a method, and we're gonna pass in media player as media player, and then we are going to just simply type media play. So let's just type use that media player object and set that to play. Okay, Now let's save the file and let's just run the project and let's see what we have so far. It's taking a time to build a project. Alright, so we have this. If I click on open file, this bring me this window. Let's go to YouTube data and let's just play any file. I'm just going to mute the volume so I don't hear anything. And does it play? Alright, so it does play actually. So let's just exit. It doesn't work right now, so we need to close the application now. And now there's so many methods that you can check out. I want you to go and read through this media player docs and media view docs and the media docs. So there are a lot of methods such as play, pause, forward, fast forward, and all of those. So now our media is playing, but I want to set the boundings for that. So for that, let's just make a bit of space here, and here we are going to create a double property. Okay, so property, and here we're going to name it as width is equal to, I'm going to set that to media view dot fit width property. Okay, and then another one with the height, so just name it HIGHT is actually HIGHT is fine, is equal to media view dot fit height property. Oh, yep, that's fine. And we've done that. Now we're going to use that width object and height object and make some bindings to it. So let's just use width object dot bind, and in that we're going to use bindings dot select doubles. Select that. So in the height, actually in the width, we're going to type media view and type scene property. So I'm just gonna type CENE scene, SCENE scene property. Okay, and next one, which is going to be a step, just name that as width. Okay, now next line we're going to use height object, so height dot bind, and here we're going to use again bindings. Okay, so you can go and read through about these classes. Dot select doubles, and then here we're going to type media view and same scene property. Oops, so SCENE, I'm really bad with the spellings, so here just type HIGHT. Okay, so now we have that, and let's go and try our player now. Let me just run the project, just play the file, let's play the same file, and now it's playing, right? It's binded to the width and height now. Alright, so done. Let's just close the project now. Okay, so now we have done that. Now let's do a bit of work on our design. So let's go back to scene builder now, and here we need to change the icons for the scene builder. We need to add the CSS to style our application, but first let's just go to and let's just make the methods for these, all of these. So let's just go to NetBeans, and we are going to create a few methods here. Let me just go down here, and we're going to tag that action events onto our Fxml documents. Fxml, and just name it private void, and let's just name it pause video, and action event, and then let's go down here. We're going to leave that empty for now. I am going to copy this method and then paste it a few times. Okay, so we have 10 buttons, right? We need 10 methods. So this is a pause button, that's the play button, doesn't matter, it's up and down, and then we have a stop video button, Then we have is fast forward, slow. So let's just do the fast video. And then we got this faster video. Let's just paste them 1, 2, and then we're just gonna name this one to, let's just say, slow video, and let's just name this slower video. And we need another method, so this is going to be exit. Okay, all right, so we created few methods here. Now let me just save that. Let's go back to scene builder now. Let's just select this file, and you can see that on action, this is what's happening. Let's just select the play button, and from here we are seeing all those methods here now. So I'm going to select this play video for the play button. For the pause button, we're gonna select the pause. Where is it? Pause video. Stop is going to be stop, and slow video. Next we have slow video, and then we have fast video. Then we got this faster video. Okay, so we got the exit button left, so select the exit video method. Let's just save the scene builder now, and now let's go back to this file. I'm gonna take you to the Java media player documentation, so we could find some methods, because the people learning JavaFX or Java development, I want them to understand where these methods coming from. So let's just type media player Java docs, and this is the Java documentation for media player. So if we go down to the methods here, we gonna find few methods. So we have this method here. Okay, so we got one which is for the rate of the media player. Then we have I'm gonna just show you guys this method for playing the video. We have this method for pausing the video, and we need this seek duration property method actually to apply that to our what do you call it, a slider for a video. And we need another stop method here, and we need a total duration property method for later. We're gonna add the volume slider as well. So this is the volume property. I'm just going to find that set a rate method, so this must be a set rate. We can find that in NetBeans. So now for that, we are going back to NetBeans now. That's where I want to show you that if I apply one of these methods on a media player, that's where it comes from. So a lot of people at the beginner level, they don't understand where these methods come from, and it's so confusing for them. So if you want to learn about these methods, always come to Java documentation and then learn about it. Let's go back to NetBeans. Our first one is a pause video. So it's very simple. All we have to type is a media player. This is our media player object dot pause. Okay, and that's it. For playing the video, we need the same method, media player dot play. Stopping the video, it's very simple method, so media player dot stop. Fast forward and faster. Okay, so this one I'm going to show you things. So media player dot set rate. Okay, so you can see the information on the right, which basically sets the playback rate. Okay, so set that, and here we're gonna type in 1.5 to faster video to 1.5. Okay, next we have the faster video, which is going to be the same method, media player dot set rate, and here we're going to type in 2. Next we have slow video, so media player dot set rate. Let me just scroll it up, and for slower I'm gonna type in dot 75, and next we have a slower, so media player dot set rate, and then 0.5. Alright, exit, pretty simple to start system dot, there's a method exit, it's a pretty famous, so that's it, and that's pretty much it is. Now let's run the project and let's see if it works or not. Well, let me just open the file, and we're gonna open the same file. I'm going to mute the audio. Okay, so we have this file now. If I click on pause, it will pause, play, play, stop, stop, and we need to play that again and then faster. Alright, so there's one thing in the play method. So this is the play method, right? We need to, once I click on the play, I want to set that to media player dot set rate, and we're gonna type in 1 here, okay? Because once we are playing the video and we make that faster, and then if we click on play video, it should bring it back to the normal speed. So this should work now. Alright, so now we have built pretty much all the methods we need. Now I think it's time to style our application. For that, we are going to go to project browser. I'm going to right click new, go to others, and in others we are going down to others and select cascade style sheet. Let's just name it style, press enter to create that file. I'm just going to get rid of these comments. So this is our style.css for our application now. Now let's go back to scene builder for a bit, and here we have these buttons, right? So to get the icons and menus, what we're going to do is we are going back to NetBeans, and I'm just going to bring the images folder. So I'm going to right click to the images folder and then paste them into our source media, where there's no source media, but we can just paste it here. Alright, so we have the images now, so I'm just gonna rename that file images. Okay, so refactor, done. So we have the images in this folder. Alright, so first what I'm gonna show you how to style your Java application, Java FX application with CSS. Alright, so let's say this is the button, right? And all of these buttons have IDs, so such as there's no ID for that, so I'm gonna name it open file ID. This one we're going to name it play button. First we need to apply play button. Let's select the pause button, pause button ID, stop, stop button ID, and next one is exit. We just leave that for now. Alright, so we have the IDs done now for our buttons, and what we can do, we can go to the border pane now. This is our parent pane, and in the parent pane we are going down to layouts, actually properties, and here we have the style tab. So here's style sheet. So I'm going to click on this plus, it's going to open the folder for me, and I'm going to select this style. Alright, so now it's been attached to our border pane. I'm going to save the file. Let's go back to NetBeans and go to Fxml document. On the top here you should see that it's the code has been added, so there's that style sheet style.css. okay, so it's been added. Now we can access our Fxml objects, these buttons, in our style sheet. How do we do that? So there are two ways that you can access. So let's say if you want to access all the buttons, all you have to type is dot button, okay, and this will target all the buttons in your application. But we don't want to do that. We want to access the specific buttons. So that is why what we did I'm going to go to fxml document.fxml, and here in the button we have the IDs for the button. So we want to target these buttons via IDs. Let's go back to style, and I'm just going to, by default, all I want to do is fx dot background color. I'm gonna make it transparent. Okay, so we don't want any color for every button we have. To target those buttons by ID, all you have to type is hash and the name of the button. Sorry, not the name of the button, but the ID of the button. So which is open file for the first button, and this will target open file. So I'm gonna go back to scene builder and do a bit of modification here. So we have this, right? So right now you can see that it's been transparent, the background for all the buttons. So I'm gonna select that edge box, and I'm going to go to properties. I'm gonna make it center, okay? And one more thing, VBox. I'm going to make it center as well, and we can select the edge box again, actually VBox, and let's go to layout, and in this we're gonna add a preference. So this is going to be, let's just make that, let's check the button size actually. So button size is something weird, so we're gonna change that to, let's say 20, and then width we're gonna give it to 30. 30 is fine. Alright, so that's the button size now. Okay, so let's just save that, and then we can select the paddings as well for these buttons. So I'm gonna select this, and I'm gonna give it padding of 20 here, and with the pause button same padding 20, and maybe it's actually too much, so we're gonna change this to 10. So 10 padding, 10 with the stop button 10 as well, and for the exit I'm just going to give this padding of 10. Alright, so size we're gonna have to change them again, so let's just type 20 by 20. This one was 20 by 20, so it's like 20 by 20. This one as well, width. Okay, that was 30, make it 20, and exit is fine, these were fine. So with these ones we are going to go to properties and get rid of the text. We don't need text on them because we're gonna add the icons to them. So let's just remove text so we don't see those 3 dots on the buttons. Now let's save in our scene builder. Now this button is this is open file button. If you go to the code, so that's the play button, that's the open file button somewhere here, that's the play button, that's the pause button, that's the stop button, and next we have these buttons. So where is the button for opening file? We actually lost that button, or it went somewhere else. I'm not sure. Where did it go? So let's just save that. It's been transparent, so we are going to back to CSS file. I'm just going to get rid of this property first. Alright, let's just save it. Let's go back here now. Should be fine. Yep, this is the button here, open file button. Now I can see it, so let's go to the properties and add a padding here in the layout actually. So your layout, add 10. Okay, so our buttons are pretty much set now. The size for this should be 20 by 20, 20 by 20. Alright, so now let's go to NetBeans, and now this time we are going to first of all add some backgrounds to our CSS buttons. So type FX, that's how you target in Fxml. So let's type background image, type URL, and then in the double quotation type 2 dots slash images slash name of your image. So I'm just going to check the name of the image. So that's going to be folder.png. Yep, that's fine. And then we can add semicolon. Next we are going to set up the size. So background size, that's 20 by 20, which is the size of the button. And then fx dash, we're gonna background repeat, so I don't want it to repeat, so type no repeat. And then fx dash background position, so we're going to make it center. Alright, and that's done. Now let's check out our application. I'm just gonna run that application. Let's see if the icon has been applied to our application. Alright, so we have that button done. You see those blue option, because that's how it works, because it's a default button, that's why it's showing that. Alright, so I'm going to copy this CSS, just paste it one time, second time, and then change the name. So this is going to be play. Let's just come down, pause, PAUSE, and we need the stop as well. So type here, let's just change the name to stop. Okay, let me go back to scene builder and check one thing. So the properties, the ID, I'm always confused about. Yep, stop button. So if we go to here, as you can see that the name is not right, so we gotta change button. Let's go up, pause button, and this is a play file, must be button, and top one is a play file, I know that. So this is the play, and we're gonna name it the play, and this one is the pause, so PAUSE, and this one is stop. Okay, so we have saved that, and then let's try them now. Let's play the application, let's see what we have. Okay, so we got the buttons. Now I want to make them transparent, so actually we can change, you know, fx dash background color transparent, and let's just copy this line, paste it here, and maybe paste it here. Save, and let's run the application again. Okay, all done. So we got the buttons done, the methods done. If I just click on this, it's gonna open that and it's gonna play that. Now it's time to add the slider here. I'm just gonna do it a bit faster. So we need to go back to controller file, and down here we are going to add, first of all, let's go to scene builder and actually add the slider here. So type slider, we need the horizontal one. I'm just going to drop that here, a slider there. We'll probably add the padding to it. So let's go to layout and add padding of 10. Size is fine, computer size, and we're just going to stay in the center, that's fine. Now we need to actually add the ID for that as well. So I'm gonna name it slider. That's FX ID. That's how we can access this to our code. Now in the code for a slider, we need to create an object first. So on the top here, I am going to create another object of type Fxml because we're accessing that. So here, private slider is an object and the ID was slider. That's fine. And now this is the slider object. We need to import the package for that. Alright, so let's come down somewhere here. Should be fine. Now we're gonna use that slider and set a value, and here type a media player dot get volume. That's a method, and we're gonna multiply that by 100. So multiply by the 100, right? And let's come down to the next line, and then here we use the slider dot add value property to it. So select value property. I've shown you the documentation for that, so let's add a listener to it. So add invalidation listener. Okay, and in the listener we create a new invalidation listener. Okay, and then just going to enter. It's gonna add that abstract method first. Press enter again. Let's get rid of this exception because it's not gonna give us any exception. So in the method now, we just simply type a media player dot set volume. Okay, and then here we type slider dot get value. And then let's just divide that by 100. Okay, so we got that now. There's one more thing we need to add, which is going to be the slider for seeking the video, right? So for that, let's just come down here. We're gonna go back to scene builder and create a new slider. We can add that to stack pane actually. So let's just add another horizontal slider, and then I'm gonna change the ID to seek slider, right? Save the file, and let's go back to NetBeans, and here now we're gonna create another seek slider object first. So let's go up the top and tag it with Fxml. Come down here, private, and name it. That's a slider object, and ID was we set is a seek slider, right? We got that object there now, and down here now we can access that object now. So let's type seek slider. Well, first let's set that to media player. So media player dot current time property, not the current time property. So we're taking the time from the media player, and we can add the listener to it, which is going to be change listener duration. Okay, so in that we are going to create a new change listener, which is going to be this one, and then just press enter, which is going to add that abstract method for us. Let's press enter one more time. We don't need this exception. And then here we're going to set our seek slider dot set a value to new value, which is the object here. This is the one, right? So type new value, and here we can make it to seconds or milliseconds. It's up to you guys. Okay, so we have that. Now we need to add another action listener. This will actually if we play the video, let me just quickly show you guys what this does. So we got the media player, we got the current time property, we added a listener to it, the change listener. It's in the middle now actually, so let's just play a quick video. We change that in a second. Okay, so it's, as you can see that it will move, okay, by seconds. let's just go back. All right. Now we need to make it accessible in let's say if we click on a slider, the movie should play from there, right? So for that, we need to create a mouse event on the slider. So seek slider, we're gonna add set on a mouse clicked. Where is it? So this is the one. Set on mouse clicked. Let's create a new event handler. That is the mouse event, and then press enter. It's gonna add this method for us. Let's just get rid of this exception, and here let's just type a media player dot seek. This is the method which will give us the duration for that. So seek, and duration is going to be duration dot in seconds. Okay, and then we're gonna get that from seek slider and set the value. Okay, seek slider dot get a value. Okay, and let's just add that. It has given us an error. We need to actually, probably we did something wrong here. So duration dot seconds, fine, and then we got seek slider. Is this the one? So if I type seek, that's the one. Dot get value. Yep, there was a misspelling there. So that's done, and now we got this play media player dot play. I'm gonna go back to the scene builder. I'm gonna select this boy here, the slider, and we are going to go to properties, and then where is the alignment? So in the layout there must be alignment there. So let's just go to layout, and then bottom center. Where is it? Bottom center. So this is gonna go to the bottom center now, and let's just save it. And the last functionality we should add to any of our media player what we build is when we click, we double click on a video file, on a video, it should make it a full screen. So you can access the stage. Well, we need to apply that on the stage. This is the stage, right? We can access this stage, but we need to have to make it like a loader manually, right? So we need to get that Fxml document.fxml manually, which is another code. So instead of that, I'm going to make that functionality right here. So let's just add the title first. Stage dot set title. So my application is going to be a media. Alright, you guys can use it as well. It's a fully functioning media. So we need to add an event which is going to be a mouse event on scene. So type scene scene dot set on mouse. So mouse clicked event, and then we are going to add a new event handler, mouse event, enter. That's our default override method, because this is the abstract class. You can find out if you click on by pressing Control, go down to next class, and here it will tell you that what kind of method needs to be extracted. Alright, so you can read for these classes. Alright, so in here I'm going to check if let's say scene, I'm going to actually, one second, this is a bit different. So in the public method we have this event, okay? So we need to change the name to, let's say, double clicked. Okay, so I'm going to access that now, double clicked, and if that is clicked twice, so I'm going to call the method for this. So get click count. Okay, if that clicked 2 and if it's been clicked twice, then what it should do, it should set the stage dot set full screen. Okay, make it true. And we have the method down there, stage dot show. Let's clean build our project for the last time, and let's run it and let's see if it works or not. Hopefully it will work. Hopefully there are no errors in the project. Let's run the project now. And yeah, so this is our media player. That's a slider there, and let's click on this file icon. Let's find a video. Let me just play this same video and put the volume down. Play that. Okay, the sound, as you guys can see, it's bounding as well. Alright, so if I double click, whoa, it did actually work full time. Alright, so the slider is moving with the video. And let's just click here. Okay, it's actually changing the video. So let me just exit that. There's a problem actually. So that thing worked. Go back to controller file. There is a problem here. So the problem here is this is the one that's not seeking. So we're gonna add that seek slider there. There was a misspelling there, and let me just check that C slider. Whoa. Okay, so seek slider, that's the one, and seek slider, and then we have seek slider here as well, because the let's just check the ID for the slider. I'll show you what was the mistake here. So if I go select the slider, and let me show you the code, that was a seek slider. Alright, so we were targeting C slider. That was a spelling mistake, so there's here as well. Okay, so should be working now. Let's run the project one more time, and let's see if the slider moves with the video. Let's just open the file. Let me open the same file there. Oops, too loud. Might have someone complain. Okay, as you guys see, this guy is moving now. Alright, so while they're playing, so if I click here, it will play from there. If I click here, it will play from there. Double click, full screen working. So let me just close this. Alright guys, so our media player is fully functioning. The last thing what I want to show you is how to build the proper jar file so you could play that on any operating system. So let's say you have built a project and you want to make it executable. That's a different process, but I'm going to show you how to build it. So let's just click on clean build. So once you see that clean build is done, let's just click that again, and we go to the files here, right? This is the project file, this is the files. Let's just go. There is a folder called dist. Okay, so this folder contains your jar file here. Okay, so let me just go to this folder. I actually can't access that here, so I'm gonna go to documents, and I have the NetBeans projects here. Where is our A media, right? And this folder, and then this is the executable jar file. The size for that file is only 70. So if I just save this and close that, and there's no NetBeans running right now, guys, and I'm gonna double click on this file, and it should run. Alright, voila. So there you go, guys. So this is our media player, fully functioning. I'm pretty sure that I've shown you what needs to be done in the media player. You could add the menu bar here, copy paste. I'll probably do another video where I could add the equalizer for audio processing, and for making a playlist and including a database to your media player, so you could make like iTunes like media player. That's very huge, but similar to that, like playlist and all that stuff. So I'll show you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Cheers.